Economics of property rights. Strategic reclamation off the coast of eastern Lantau. The strategic reclamation off the coast of eastern Lantau has been recently proposed to meet the land and housing demand. Under the Lantau Tomorrow vision, artificial islands that can provide 1,700 hectares of land will be realized through reclamation. It is estimated that 400,000 residential units could be provided. Different voices towards the proposal are heard in the society. We believe that with the incorporation of different concepts, the plan could effectively relieve the land and housing supply issues in Hong Kong. Comprehensive Development Area Zoning is one of the forward planning and development control tool. The aim is to facilitate comprehensive planning and implement systematic and integrated development. The land obtained by the reclamation can be planned and developed as a CDA. This allows for better development of the land under a master layout plan to be approved Town Planning Board. CDA could help to facilitate appropriate planning control over the development mix, scale, design and layout of development. Moreover, the impact of the development towards different aspects like traffic, environment and land development have to be assessed as well. The rationale of CDA is initially for conducting projects in comprehensive planning and implementing systematic and integrated development of the area, and this matches the concept of new reclamation land in eastern Lantau. People may doubt that reclamation is not the only effective solution that the Hong Kong government can adopt. The answer is definitely in the affirmative. However, land readjustment, the alternative, on its own may not be as effective in the absence of a major reclamation. The concept of land readjustment is to reassemble fragmented but idle private rural lands into a large, well-organized and developable site with efficiently laid out lots, roads, public facilities, and public housings in it. The land readjustment plan will also reserve areas for relocating village and minority owners. It is overall an effective means to utilize the existing land resources and respect entitlements to private property rights. However, there are inevitable constraints hindering its efficiency. Firstly, there are high transaction and time costs during the negotiations when dealing with the land interests. Secondly, a lot of time is necessary in clearly defining the rights and constraints regarding the readjusted land. The lack of acceptable readjustment plans would impose a huge uncertainty and risk to the investments. In light of the increasing land demand in the city, land readjustment alone is not efficient enough to fulfill the future land supply goal. Having reclamation to be implemented with land readjustment in parallel, there will be sufficient developable land supply in the future while the existing land resources in Hong Kong can be fully utilized, leading to a win-win situation. By providing a faster and direct means for land supply aside, the reclamation can promote land development and synergize well with the land readjustment strategy by restocking lands for land bonds. The possible solution for the fragmented land ownership in the new territories, such as Mui Wo, is the implementation of land bond mechanism. Instead of land resumption process, which may lead to potential conflicts and litigations, the mechanism of land bond can be promoted. The owners who surrender the land for development will be issued an internationally tradable land bonds, publicly traded on exchange. The initial bond value shall take into account the size of land surrendered and the expired date of the bond. The bond holders could obtain plots of new land corresponding to the bond value upon the redemption in future. The price of publicly traded bond could provide information for the government on the amount of land needed for the redemption of bond holders. These land bonds can be used to exchange lands in eastern Lantau reclamation. Land bond mechanism indeed can be used to exchange and develop land lots in the new territories with the land lots in the future reclamation area. The land lots surrendered by the landowners in the new territories can be used to develop residential or other developments to alleviate short-term land and housing shortage. Trading of land bonds reduces the transaction costs of bargaining between the landowners and the government. The land bond can promote the release of land resources and ease the land resumption process for the Lantau Reclamation Project. It will be a key to tackle fragmented ownership issue in Mui Wo, as well as other places in the new territories. The last consideration is about oceanic resource conservation land. Currently, there are no strategic plans on marine resources utilization in Hong Kong, which results in potential conflicts between conservation and development. Many people are worried about the impact of the Eastern Lantau reclamation on the marine environment. By incorporating oceanic resource conservation land, the current and future use of marine resources could be planned to protect marine ecology and fishery resources. Currently, with the absence of marine spatial planning (MSP) in Hong Kong oceanic areas, rent dissipation occurs. By incorporating MSP, different stakeholders of the ocean could be gathered to make informed and coordinated decisions about how to use marine resources sustainably. Similar to land use planning, oceanic areas could be zoned for different uses and habitats of different species. Private property of marine areas would be created. For example, aquaculture could be a solution to rent dissipation under private property created by zoning a restricted access for farming of oceanic species that originally situation in the reclamation areas. Therefore, through introduction of oceanic resource conservation land, the harmful effect of reclamation on the marine ecology could be mitigated. With the incorporation of the aforementioned four concepts, we believe that reclamation planning in Hong Kong can be done far better.